It is now exactly 10:30 p.m. time for your English news broadcast. Hello and thank you for joining us on ERi-TV. And do stay tuned for domestic and international news for Monday, the 24th of February. Reporting live from our headquarters in Asmara and inviting you to stay with us is Heaven Johannes, your news anchor for this session. Let's begin with the major headlines. Conference of Eritrean Women Agribusiness Association. Healthcare programs worth over 164 million NAFA implemented in the southern region. Russia and South Africa discussed bilateral partnerships. And USAID to fire 1,600 employees. In today's domestic news, the Eritrean Women Agribusiness Association held a conference at the National Confederation of Eritrean Workers Hall on the 21st of February. Ms. Abrahat Georgis, chairperson of the association, stated that the objective of the conference was to review the association's 20-year journey, assess achievements, and identify as well as address challenges encountered along the way. Speaking at the event, Mr. Arafina Berha, Minister of Agriculture, emphasized the importance of timely implementation of the association's 3-year strategic plan. He also encouraged organizing training programs to further develop the association, as well as to play a due part in the effort to ensure nutritious food for everyone and everywhere. Commending the association's efforts in value addition and packaging of food products, Minister Arafina called for the expansion of these efforts across all regions of the country. He also expressed the ministry's readiness to support the association in all its initiatives. During the conference, discussion papers were presented on topics such as the progress of the association, bee, poultry, honey and mushroom farming, milk production and processing, value addition and branding, as well as the role of microcredit and savings programs in strengthening the association's activities. Participants engaged in extensive discussions on the presented topics and adopted various recommendations, including expanding the association's presence in all regions, strengthening collaboration with stakeholders, fostering relationships with innovators to support product development, and prioritizing land access for agricultural development and market space for products. The conference was attended by senior officials and experts from the Ministry of Agriculture, the National Confederation of Eritrean Workers, the Forestry and Wildlife Authority, regional agricultural and land departments, the Eritrean Chamber of Commerce, and other organizations. As part of the event, certificates of recognition were awarded to individuals who participated in a 2-week training program on agricultural products and their management organized at the National Confederation of Eritrean Workers premises. The Eritrean Women Agribusiness Association was established in 2003. In another news, the Ministry of Health Southern Region branch reported that healthcare programs worth over 164 million NAFA were implemented in the year 2024. The announcement was made during an activity assessment meeting held in Mandafara on the 20th and 21st of February. Dr. Aman El-Mihrat, head of the Regional Health Office, stated that the modern disease diagnostic equipments have been introduced in all 12 subzones of the region, significantly improving disease diagnosis. He also reported that the prevalence of communicable diseases, particularly malaria, had decreased by 12% compared to the previous year. Dr. Emanuel further highlighted that with the contributions of both the public and local administrations, 32 maternity waiting rooms have been constructed. As a result, the number of pregnant women delivering in health facilities has increased by over 300%, while maternal and infant mortality rates have significantly declined. Vaccination coverage has risen to 88%, and tuberculosis cure rates have reached 95%. He also noted the crucial role played by barefoot doctors in disease prevention and treatment. According to reports presented by the subzones, cataract surgery was performed on over 1,328 patients, and the public contributed 2.8 million NAFA towards the development of health facilities. Participants held extensive discussions on the issues raised during the meeting and adopted several recommendations. Mr. Hapta Abtasfatyan, governor of the region, emphasized the importance of research-based programs to control disease prevalence. He also affirmed the regional administration's contribution to improving healthcare infrastructure. Speaking at the event, Ms. Amina Nur Hussein, Minister of Health, pledged to intensify efforts to enhance healthcare services and reduce maternal and infant mortality rates to zero. She also called for coordinated efforts among government institutions to achieve national health goals. Elections for area administrators, managing directors and village coordinators were conducted in the 8 administrative areas of Habero subzone from 12 to 21 February. Mr. Fatwi Garba-Maskal, administrator of the subzone, and Mr. Musa Abdulrahman, secretary of the PFDJ in the subzone, stated that awareness-raising activities conducted prior to the elections played a significant role in ensuring a successful electoral process. They also commended the strong participation of residents and urged the newly elected officials to serve their people with dedication. The newly elected officials, on their part, expressed their readiness to fulfill their responsibilities with commitment and diligence, honoring the trust placed in them by the community. Do stay tuned, dear viewers, for we shall be back with the international news after the short break. Welcome back. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov met with his South African counterpart Ronald Lamola on the 22nd of February in Johannesburg, South Africa. During the meeting, the two ministers discussed on the development of bilateral strategic partnership relations with an emphasis on expanding trade and economic ties, the Russian Foreign Ministry announced. Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov and his counterpart Ronald Lamola also exchanged views on pressing international issues, paying particular attention to the Palestinian crisis and broader developments in the Middle East and North Africa. They acknowledged the need for a shared approach to conflict resolution across the African continent and stressed the role of the African Union in maintaining stability and security. On Thursday, Minister Lavrov also met with South African President Cyril Ramaphosa and discussed on strengthening the Russian-South African partnership, particularly with regards to political, trade, economic, space exploration and scientific technical cooperation. The talks also included a discussion of the recent US-Russia talks over the war in Ukraine. In another news, the U.S. Agency for International Development will lay off 1,600 employees in the United States and place all directly employed personnel worldwide on administrative leave, the agency announced on Sunday. According to the agency, as of yesterday, all USAID direct hire personnel, with the exception of designated personnel responsible for mission-critical functions, core leadership and/or specially designed programs, will be placed on administrative leave globally. Earlier this month, U.S. President Donald Trump said that there was tremendous fraud in the use of USAID funds at unprecedented levels of corruption and demanded that it be shut down. According to previous reports from U.S. media, the Trump administration's goal was to reduce USAID's global workforce from over 10,000 to fewer than 300, a reduction of 97%. It is known that Ethiopia is one of the major beneficiaries of USAID and that over 16 million Ethiopians are said to be under serious situation following President Trump's decision. With USAID worth over $1 billion in 2023, Ethiopia holds first rank from sub-Saharan Africa and fifth from the world. In today's final report, a boat carrying people from the southern shore of Lake Edward in the Democratic Republic of Congo towards the northern side of the lake was capsized on Wednesday, killing 30 people. Authorities have not yet identified the cause of the capsizing, although it's said that overloading could be the cause. According to officials, there were 8 survivors, while the number of the dead could potentially increase as several are still missing. Reports highlight that the capsizing of overloaded boats is becoming increasingly frequent in the Central African nation. With this, we conclude our news for this session. Dear viewers, time for a quick recap of major headlines. Conference of Eritrean Women Agribusiness Association. Healthcare programs worth over 164 million NAFA implemented in the southern region. Russia and South Africa discuss bilateral partnerships. And USAID to fire 1,600 employees. This was World on Monday with ERi-TV English News Broadcast. Dear viewers, thank you for joining. It's officially a goodbye from us.